ideal, but they've taken some decent scalps. They went 1-1 against Budapest 5 and 1-1 against their Bulgarian compatriots B Pro. So yeah, I think they have shown a lot of promise. They've shown a lot of potential, but it's just about being a little bit more consistent with that promise and potential.
Yeah, totally agree with you there, Matt. Actually, they're sitting at 4-4, 4 wins, 4 losses, so they are exactly a one map team at the moment, it would seem. But they are second on the log, but they have played the most games, so they're going to have to get a few results or see some results go their way to make it to the playoffs. But in the meantime, Cemente, he's getting wrecked there. Caliber comes in, and the setup here, 3 players actually here for... Zelo got one, and I just can't get the words out. Everybody's dying, man.
I know, not much of a setup remaining after Fate just waltzed their way to the top of Banana. Times his peak perfectly to cover the behind there. Finally, Sexy does trade that up, but with Fate now knowing his position, I'm not sure how much of a chance he really stands at this, especially considering he doesn't have a kit. Very aggressive from Fate from the outset, and it actually looks like Sexy's just going to try and save. No, he's just retrieving the kit. That certainly does increase his odds at winning this somewhat, but yet to find a frag here. Odds are diminishing. Yeah, he's going to go for the save. Why not? Take that armor, that kit into the next round. But what a way for Fate to kick off the proceedings.
When he gets shot in the back of the head, I thought that might happen, unfortunately, making so much noise getting out of there, so won't even save the kit or armor. Poor fella. But we do have ourselves now with 3 seconds to go. What can you think about in 3 seconds? Not too much. And unfortunately, with how fast things were for Nexus there, they couldn't think about too much as Fate burst in the bomb side at the beginning.
Exactly, Mike. It was a very explosive start to this game. Exactly the start that Fate needed as well. I'm just going to have a look over to the Veto quickly and see what the second map of the evening is. It's going to be Train. And that's Nexus's map pick. No surprise that Fate picked Inferno. We have seen them to be a formidable team on this map so far.
Yeah, very much so. Samar gets himself the kill there. We still got some time to go here. 1:18, so plenty of time for things to happen. But with USPs, how much can you make happen? They are Nexus, so we know they can do stuff, but can they do enough stuff?
It looks like Fate's actually showing them quite a lot of respect at the moment. Caliber bides his time perfectly there, eventually gets the opportunity, snaps up both of those frags. Cosmine in the back of the bomb site's going to be good for one, but that's all he's going to be able to get, I'm sure. He is put down, and yeah, I mean, I think that if Fate are going to be winning a map in the series, it has to be Inferno. We saw how capable Nexus were on Train in our previous match day. Zelo got about 27 kills in the first 16 rounds, so that's certainly a factor that's going to be difficult to contend with.
Insane, yeah. Well, the highlights package for the first couple weeks of the championship came out, and unfortunately his play was just a little bit too late while they were making the highlights to be in there, but it's going to be in the next highlights package, some of the stuff that he was doing last week. He was going to
have to make a whole highlights package just for Zelo at this rate.
Yeah, he was imperious. Meanwhile, through the smoke they go. Double Magic and co. Zelo, the man we mentioned, doing some good work there, making it a little bit too easy for him, I'd say, from them.
Yeah, there wasn't much resilience there whatsoever from the Fate players. Finally, Rainwaker comes good with the kill, and he doubles up with the second there onto again. Cosmine is in the vicinity, though, to make sure that it doesn't go into a post-plant or anything assault like that. And Nexus find their first round as well in the first buy round. Nice reply back from them.
Yeah, very much so. I think we could actually have quite a competitive series on our hands, yeah, at least on this map. I'm not so sure about Train when it comes to Fate. I haven't seen that to be within their wheelhouse, so we'll have to see how it goes for them over there. But we know what, as you said, what they've got and what they can do on this map. And Cosmine fully blind. He's just holding down W. Is his key stuck?
It seems that way. He's still committing to the pusher. Does a lot of damage with nade and actually decides to stay around for a bit more. He does take down Double Magic for his trouble. Cemente says he wants to get in the action as well. And now that we have a break, I just want to remind you that we have seen Fates on Train, and it was an abomination.
Terrible, yes. Wasn't it against Blue Jays?
Yeah, a Copperlipsa at the time. It was the first match day, and they were down 14-1 at halftime after their T half. So that's hopefully they've done some work on Train since then.
Ouchie.
Yeah, that's one word that comes to mind when I think about what may go down. Anyway, let's focus on the present right now. Fate, a man down in the round, but yeah.
Fate, I do think, are in for a surprise, though, at this stage, because they're not really sure what's going on. The defense from Nexus turtling completely, so not giving them an inch. And the thing with that is, if you Fate, you're not really sure. Are they stacking a bomb site? What are they actually doing? Where are they?
They're
Especially
in a good
with
position, though.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that they've gotten 2 players up N2, and they're actually going to be getting the wrap onto the B bomb site here, there isn't going to be any immediate response from that A bomb site. They're very deep in A, so the rotations are going to be long.
This is good.
Rainmaker finds the first frag. It's all on Cosme now to lock it down. He comes good for one, but after finding that first frag, he readjusts his crosshair, and that means that Ma is able to take him down. Fate get control of the B bomb site, and like I said, Nexus players deep in that A bomb site means it takes quite a lot of time for them to get in position to make this retake happen. Sexy. Very well done by him to consider that someone might be hiding behind that sheet of wood. And that means that Nexus now have a one-man advantage heading into this retake. It is Duplicate and Ma, the 2 players remaining here for Fate. Duplicate, he's going to get forced up by this Molotov, though there's nobody immediately there to take him down. He actually gets a kill before he does go down. Oh no, the Molotov is missed by Ma. That means there's an opportunity to get this defuse. BTN finds the kill. Zella's going to get the defuse, and I think if that Molotov had hit the mark, there may not have been enough time.
Yeah, that's a very costly molly. It needed to land, and unfortunately, it's just a few centimeters off, and that'll solve Fate down the river in that round 2-all. Very nice from them, though. I really thought they were actually just going to commit to hit that A bomb site, and as it turned out, the wraparound actually turned out to be genius. It looked like they had the round.
Yeah, it did indeed. That's a bit of a letdown from Fate's perspective, actually, that they weren't able to close that one out. To a nice nade stack there at the top of Banana means they take down Zello. Nexus have been very aggressive there so far in the early stages of this game, so good decision making there by Fate, but in return they do take a ton of damage as well, even though they do find a frag.
Yeah, they certainly ate a bunch of shrapnel there and a little bit of lead for their trouble. Even numbers on the board, but certainly the weaponry favoring Nexus big time, as well as the utility and the health. Everything.
Everything favors Nexus, so Fate will win the round.
See, this is why you're the play-by-play. You got that out much better than me, man.
These things all take time and practice.
Indeed, Double Magic been practicing his nades. Doesn't quite do as much as he would have hoped, just a little bit of a tickle. So they're going to need the Deagles to do something, but they can't do anything with the spray down. Cosmine gets all 4.
Line them up and knock them down. They're just a bunch of Skittles.
They walked right into that, Matt.
Yeah, that was literally the epitome of walking in death. We get to see that nade doing a massive amount of damage. That did about 150 damage alone. And then that spray down from Cosmine just... yeah, wow.
That's some control there as well, because it's not like they were exactly in the same position either, so...
Yeah, I must say, Cosmine wasn't massively impressive when we saw him in the previous match day. But he's already up to 9 kills now and starting to look like he's hitting that form we know he's capable of.
Yeah, I think of him back in Epsilon 9 months ago. The last time I saw him, maybe even longer, when he was playing with Smooya. He was the second best player behind Smooya, and you know, we know where Smooya went on to. Anyway, talking about people who are impressive, Caliber very impressive. There's Zello and Sexy need to get out of apps, but they're not going to be allowed. And actually, the Fire gets a kill somehow, and a nade kill from Duplicate on Zello.
He caught that one in his mouth. Did so much damage. And it's now on Cosmine and Cemente to try and salvage this round for Nexus. I've been singing Cosmine's praises. Let's see if he can get the job done right now. There are some kits to work with as well as some utilities. So Nexus do have the time to work with here, but such a good position from Caliber. Oh, X-Ray trolled me hard there. Time has been a ticking so far, so Nexus are going to have to get a move on here. Nice first shot there from Cemente. That's going to be opening up the situation somewhat. Still Duplicate to contend with on the bomb side. He is rooted in deep, and he's going to actually take down Cemente. Fate get a reply back after Nexus win 3 in a row.
Yeah, very good work out of Face. It looked like they'd already done enough to once they'd gotten the plant that they should have had that round, but some nice work there from Nexus coming in on the retake, which has been pinpoint in their retake so far. So almost for them. And trading rounds now, of course, it's going to always help the T's. Things are just a little bit cheaper on their side, and they did just win it. Yeah. So for Nexus, they've set back quite a bit. They're going to be on the equalizing buy. They do have some equipment to work with, but it's certainly not much as much as they traditionally want.
Yeah, at least for them, Cosmine's got the M4. That's pretty much the only thing that Nexus
What?
have going for them right now. They get aggressive. And that's not the best situation for Fate because now they're grouped up in Banana. They are going to be able to back their way down, at least Zello. He is hiding in the hidiest of corners right now, but Caliber smells the rat and he does take him down. Cementa goes down as well. And so it is now all onto Cosmine with that M4. And he's not even going to have much of an impact on the round.
Yeah, it's a shame for him. And actually, if I look at that, with the amount of money that Cosmine had, it may have been better for him to actually just hang on to it and drop an AWP for Zello, because Zello is the biggest weapon in this team. So
yeah,
the fact that he's going to be on a UMP here, well, actually they've swapped it out. Jeez, they're giving him all the things that he needs, giving him the rifle.
Yeah, can't fault that decision. You do want your rifle specifically in the hands of Zello and Cosmine team.
But he's also one of those rare players who is really good with rifles as well as AWP.
Yeah.
Generally a sniper's a guy is always going to want to have that gun. There's very few that are versatile enough to be dominant with both.
Yeah, like your hybrids. Somebody like Device is a good example of a player in the top team who's equally as good with the rifle as he is with an AWP. Maybe just a bit better with the AWP, but that's only because he's insane with the AWP.
We are pulling out some rarefied examples, because I mean the other guys would be like Simple and Nico, for instance. So
yeah,
average players. I mean, the only other person I can really think of the top of my head is somebody like Cajun B, but he's not in the same league at all.
Yeah, this is true, Mike. Anyway, Fate looks
Still
like
is
they're going to
damn
be
good,
trying
man.
to fake an A execute here. Sexy is going to be able to take down Rainwaker and realize that there isn't any more presence here from Fate whatsoever. Fate don't have much time to work with here, so they're going to have to get this hit onto the B bomb site going, but a well-timed molly is going to actually be denying them. Though Nexus are still not rotating again. Players very deep on that A bomb site, so there's going to have to be a solid defense here on B. They've only found one kill so far, and Cement is in a very awkward position. After you get one kill and you drop down there, you're pretty much dead every single day of the week.
Oh, Caliber gets a dink for his trouble and almost gets the headshot on the next player. There's Zello. Low HP here on Mars, going to make it possible for BTN with that UMP. That should enable things. Depends on which way he's going to be looking. And actually, Double Magic has his back.
Yeah, great teamwork there. Now it's all onto Zello. We were singing his praises. Let's see if he's going to be able to stand up to the task. He has got the kit to work with, but Double Magic's got such a strong angle. Whoa! Good night, Zello. With the drive-by there, destroys them. Fortunately for Double Magic, Ma is right there and ready to get the reply.
Jeez, there's no way with an AWP scoped in like that you should be able to headshot him before he can shoot you.
That's insane right there.
Wow.
Alright, so actually a nice little passage of play here for Fate. Winning these past 2 rounds, getting Nexus on another eco can start to put a bit of distance between them and the Romanians. And actually mounting a solid T side here are Fate.
Yeah, looking pretty good for them. We've seen them do some amazing things on this map so far. So let's see where they can get to from now. Oh, nice flicky boy out of Rainwaker there. Zello, good fight.
Took him a bit of a while to react, but
when he did,
it was lightning.
I don't always react, but when I do.
Yeah, exactly. Prime example. Fate's taking banana control here with some good utility use. They are playing against the eco, but doesn't mean that they're rushing into anything. Still taking their time as they work their way through the map. There's a stack here on the B bomb site.
A literal stack standing on each other's heads.
Exactly. May catch Fate off guard on the entry. And Nexus are going to be committing to the full B bomb site stack right now, rotating all 4 players into that area.
That's a pretty good option from them to go for it. Again, with what they have, they need a little bit of luck to go their way, and potentially being sort of stacked up here, maybe it could work for them. Let's see what happens. The side hit comes in.
The molly lands on both of them. That is so unfortunate, though. Sexy comes good with so does Mente. There's chaos all around, left, right, and center. But Fate do keep their composure and find the kills. Not without a little bit of difficulty, though.
Wow, that was chaotic. Just the speed that those kills were coming in. I was almost half expecting it to be 2 Nexus players left alive after all the chaos that ensued there, but Doesn't happen. 6-3 for Fate. They're firmly in control at this particular point. Zelo now with the AWP for the first time in the game. Let's see what he's going to do with it.
Yeah, weird that we're saying that even though 9 rounds have ends Fate getting hyper-aggressive already towards the top of Banana, taking down Cemente. That means there's only one person on the B bomb side. It's Cosmin. He's been tagged down as well. He's going to have his tail between his legs as he gets back towards Shadow, now repositioning to Coffins. But really nice opening play there from Fate, not slowing down for anything. And now that they have that first kill, they can actually afford to slow things down, recalculate the situation. Naturally, when you do find the first pick towards B, after some time has commenced, the CTs are going to rotate that extra player across from A, which only leaves 2 players at the A bomb side. It's very difficult to defend A when you only have 2 players there. So I'd like to see Fate maybe just rotating across towards A after having some presence at B, but Nexus are making a good read at this, considering they do rotate that extra player across back to the A bomb site.
Yeah, it's almost like Fate were listening to you as you're saying that. You saw the movement coming through. I'm actually surprised that Fate didn't just continue to push forward there, because it looked like they had Cosmin. They must have known they tagged him up a little bit as well.
Maybe just trying to play the mental game somewhat, but it's actually gone against them now that they are going to the A bomb, considering that there are 3 players here from Nexus. So this is a normal hold, even though they have and early on. And again, the frags are evenly distributed. 3 players left alive for both of these teams. Cosmin swings that advantage into his team's favor. Duplicate, though, keeps tabs on things after he shuts down Cosmin. He gets BTN as well. That means we're now into a 1 versus 1. 9 seconds left on the clock means he doesn't have many options at his disposal. He's going to go for the straight plant. Zelo getting aggressive. He's got the AWP in hand.
Wow.
He's going to go down to Duplicate, closing out that 1 versus 3. My goodness, Zelo, a little bit overzealous from him.
Yeah, I think that's very much within his wheelhouse from what we know of his play style, but costs him there. Usually he hits those kinds of shots, in the situation where he has to quick scope or do something, but I just don't think he expected... who was it actually now? Duplicate, yes?
Yeah,
oh.
Exactly.
My old brain getting all addled, I'm sorry.
That's okay. We're getting along in the evening. Quite a few frags on the outset here. Some aggression down middle from Nexus, not finding any success with it whatsoever though. And I really like the way that Fate are approaching these anti-eco rounds, Mike. No aggression at the start of the round, waiting to see if Nexus are making any uncanny plays, unconventional plays, and catching them or punishing them for making these plays, which obviously bring an element of risk along with them. But Fate are just not committing to anything until they get themselves a decent advantage.
Yeah, I think they're playing the percentages really well, making sure that they're thorough, which, against Nexus, typically Nexus are going to always be aggressive. You can count on that. And obviously, if you're going to just smash into them, then you're leaving a lot to chance. So to actually be a little bit more passive, just wait for Nexus to knock into you. You have that same advantage that the CTs theoretically should have when they're holding an angle and being defensive.
Yeah.
Except you've got better guns. You've got AKs.
Yeah, you've got that one-tap potential. And that's Nexus's downfall, right? Is that sometimes they play against themselves when they do get aggressive and teams punish them for it. Zelo, speaking of aggression, going to be smoking off that molly to give him the angle. Nothing on offer as of yet, though. I don't actually think he's gotten a kill with the AWP so far in this game. 11 rounds in. We're in the 12th round now. Caliber being tagged down by his teammate there, Ma. Beautiful intuition from him, coupled with some good crosshair placement, means he's going to dominate Sexy. Surely not a second. No, BTN nearly offers himself up to the same fate. Rainwaker, he's going to be leaving the charger. He's going to be getting a free kill. No, somehow Cosmin's able to take down Duplicate before he gets taken down. And that leaves BTN in a pretty good position now. I doubt that Ma actually expects a second player to be on the balcony. Does evade the flash, takes down Ma along with that as well. He's got a bit more work to get done here, but he's getting all that work done single-handedly. The support does arrive, but that support gets taken down. And so does BTN. Zelo now with it all to do. He's going to chime in with his ult, but still Caliber actually gets the kill.
Matt, my mouth is hanging open right now. I'm not expecting what's going on here at the moment. Fate are winning 9-3 against Nexus. And in all these clutch moments that we usually expect Nexus to be smashing their opponents, they're losing, Matt.
Yeah, this is not a position Nexus are fond or frequently find themselves in. And what we see happen to them is their head starts to drop. Frustration starts to creep in. The discipline starts to fall to the wayside. They start to make callous decisions, and sometimes a bit of a tilt factor tends to affect this team. So hopefully they're able to keep their composure, even though they are about to be down 7 rounds.
Yeah, things not looking good for them. And this one looks all but done unless Cosmin can pull something out of the hat. And unfortunately,
no,
he's just roasting, man.
He was prepared to actually smoke the molly though, and then he identified.
Oh, shame.
And as he pulls his gun out, the next Molotov lands.
So if we look at where Cosmin was playing earlier in the game, we saw him playing that B anchor role. He was the second guy on B consistently, and in the last 3 or 4 rounds, I've seen him on A. So do you think perhaps Nexus are in a little bit of a disarray as to where he's actually playing?
It's just something that I wouldn't at all expect to be the case, so it's really difficult for me to say yes, but there doesn't seem to be much consistency at the moment.
Think back to the last couple rounds where Nexus have gotten those multi-kills on A site. It's been Cosmin.
Yeah.
And he was playing B before, so I don't know, Matt. This isn't the level of organization I'd expect out of them. No. I just do wonder if they may be still experimenting at this stage.
I mean, they don't even find a single kill in their eco round. Their Fate get to number 10. And, I mean, this is such an important buy round now for Nexus. All of a sudden, they practically can't afford to lose this round because it's just going to allow Fate so much ground.
Yeah, there we go. Cosmin again towards A, now playing Arch, actually, so...
Is this because Zello maybe has the AWP towards B, though?
Potentially, but, you know, you typically think he's going to take a shot and then back off, you know, so... It's oddly stationary out of Zello. Oh, and he gets the kill, so... Scratch that, I don't know anything, but then again, it wasn't like it was working in the previous rounds.
Yeah, no, finally he finds some success, and off the back of that, it looks like Fates are going to try and execute and play bombs. Sexy misses his timing there, but fortunately, they still offer themselves up one by one, and he gladly accepts. He finds a triple kill. It's all on Caliber now. He finds a nice quick double, but Cosmin there to make sure it doesn't turn into some sort of a chaotic situation. And finally, since it was 3-3, Nexus win another round.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. They've just been losing round after round, and there's been all sorts of clutch situations, actually, now that I think of it, but they've just been generally on the losing end of them. Yeah.
Which is just not something I'm used to saying in the same sentence as Nexus's name.
Oh, Cosmin back on B now.
Yep. Finally, an opening frag for his team as well. And again, Fate, they're going to look to get aggressive towards the A bomb side. So it looks like if they lose a player, they immediately reply by trying to take control on the opposite side of the map. In this case, it could work out for them. There are only 2 players on this A bomb side for Nexus. You can see BTN frantically trying to lay down some sort of a defense towards that N2 area. Fortunately for him, his teammate Sexy is providing good cover as well. He's already found a kill. Sexy's going to have to get a bit more work done, considering that Caliber is taking down BTN. He's good for 1, but that's all it's going to be. 1-man advantage now for Nexus as the bomb does go down.
BTN had the angle as well, so that's a little surprising he lost the duel, but it's still a 3v2 right now. Zello and co all ready to go in, and they're coming in from the same angle as well, so this could work for them, or they could line up.
Yeah, Mar and Rainwaker are actually really well poised to deal with this. I don't think they expect Rainwaker to be where he is. Could actually catch them off guard, though. No, Cemente covers all his bases and does shut him down. That means Nexus are going to have 5 heading into the second half. I think they would be happy with that, considering they were down 10-3.
Yeah, not bad in the end, but bad in terms of the overall result. Cemente and BTN not really contributing as positively as you'd hope on the scoreboard. Only 41 ADR and Cemente. On the other side, Caliber with the AWP was really successful. With the rifle, he was successful. He was just knocking them down all day, and the rest of them all had great moments.
Yeah, and I feel like Caliber is one of the names that we actually speak about less from Fate's perspective, so it's great to see him actually topping the scoreboard against a team like Nexus.
Yeah, I'm glad to see him in a position to actually do some damage, because he does have some decent skills. And a couple times now when it's been those one-on-one AWP duels, he's won out against Zello. There was that clutch round, that's probably about round 10 or so, where things could have gone either way. You know, we could have seen Nexus actually win the half at that point. And Caliber was winning it against the man that you'd expect in Zello to generally be winning those all day, every day.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to have a tactical pause now. Maybe Nexus just discussing what they'd like to do in this pistol round. Maybe someone just needed a quick break. I don't know.
Yeah,
Hopefully they're
there's
discussing
always that.
strategies. They need to win this pistol round. Oh, the classic face it pauses. I don't know. You didn't play much face it, but each team gets 4 1-minute pauses. And
Oh, I
when
hate that.
somebody goes AFK, you get the chain pauses. You might as well go make yourself a cup of coffee at that stage. 4-minute break in the middle of your game.
Yeah, it's not the greatest. I mean, it could also be a tactic here to actually just try to break the momentum. But at this point, I mean, for Nexus, all they really need is they just need to hit out with a really good pistol round, get that one on the board, and start to build. They don't necessarily need to play any mind games or anything like that. And it's not usually within their wheelhouse. They play the mind games on the server. They do the BM. They do what they need to do there. But pauses and Nexus, I don't think are two things that are synonymous, are they?
No, generally they like to try and get proceedings going as fast as possible. On the opposite side of the coin, though, Fate have a good opportunity to actually start pulling away here. They're now on their favored side, CT side. We know how competent they are on this side as well. Very efficient with their utility. So, I mean, if they're able to pick up this pistol round and continue in that form, they can shut this game out early on here. They don't want to allow Nexus to sniff. Nexus are a very momentum-based team. And if you can deprive them of that momentum, they're certainly a lot easier to play against.
Yeah, they definitely are a confidence team. They're kind of like that player you see in traditional ball sports who needs to land a few goals or land a few kicks or whatever it is. If it's cricket or baseball, whack a few balls down range or whatever just to get some confidence. And once that's in the tank, then you'll see what you'd expect out of them. But Nexus so far haven't had that many opportunities. They've been losing the clutches. They've mostly been losing an early player as well. Fate definitely, as we've seen throughout the championship, they know what's up on Inferno.
Yeah. Well, let's see if they know what's up in this pistol round. Because it's 4 players towards the B bomb side. Yeah, Zello shuts down 2 of them already. And he's still got the angle here. So this is not the ideal start to the round for Fate whatsoever. Double Magic. He's going to try and make up for it. And Rainwaker gets 1. Double Magic finds one of his own as well. Things have all of a sudden completely fallen apart for Nexus. That massive lead that they had has now eradicated. They're going to try and push onto the A bomb site here, but the rotations are coming through from Fate, though fortunately for Nexus, it is Cemente who finds that first kill. Now Mark, can he have an impact on the round?
Well, I almost thought he might have a headshot through the smoke there, but somehow doesn't land any shots. And the bomb will go down. Rainwaker now got the jet shoes on, trying to get in here to deny it. He'll deny the head of BTN, bringing us into a 2v2. There's no kit here unless there's one lying on the site. This is very winnable for the CTs.
Yeah, Cemente, I think he's chucked his molly onto the bomb way too soon, though. And it's actually missed the mark as well, but it's going to be blocking the CTs more than anything. I'm not sure if they knew maybe both of the players were there. Ma looking for some sort of an entry. Rainwaker's actually been able to retrieve the kit, Mike. He's streaming up here. He's going to catch Sexy off guard. Someone needs to get a new pair of headphones for that man. Are they actually going to be able to win this? Surely not. Ma takes down Cemente. Rainwaker's got the defuse with that kit, and Fate are actually going to win the round.
What? Okay, well, Fate doing some fantastic work there. Some quick thinking out of them. Double Magic doubles back, gets himself the kit. And well, that just seemed to unravel Nexus. It almost seemed like Nexus were just trying to do what they could do to play time rather than doing what you typically see out of them, which would be to take the fight.
Yeah, but how did Sexy not hear Rainwaker? He was running through apartments for a good time as well, streaming down that corridor. Oh, I cannot believe that, because that's what unraveled the round. Now we're back into real time in case you guys were wondering, and it's already 2 players in the graveyard for Nexus. They are on a save at least because they got that plant. They're going to be able to buy up in the next round duplicates. He doesn't even need to see his opponents. And this is not how Nexus had to or would have wanted to kick off the second half. I mean, it's one thing losing the pistol round, but it's another thing being in a position to win it and then going on to lose it so dramatically.
Yeah, again, not what we'd expect traditionally out of Nexus. So they have a lot of work to do in this map if they want to bring it back. And it almost feels like it's just about beyond saving at this point. They're going to have to do something kind of crazy now in the buy round. We're heading into the buy round, but there's not many opportunities left, man.
Yeah, exactly that, Mike. Not even an option for the AWP right now, unless Cosmine drops the glass cannon, but that's not going to be the case. At least the T side of Inferno is one of those halves where you can get away with not having Norpa. But yeah, I mean, as you said, Nexus, they're going to have to be flawless in this round. They absolutely cannot afford to lose it. If they do, that's probably the end of the game along with it as well. And they're going to be going straight up Banana aggressively here. Fates are looking to contest top Banana here as well. A bit of team damage coming through. There's not going to be help whatsoever, but still, somehow they come out on top. Duplicate, he gets a triple kill. I think Mars going to be forgiving him after that one.
Yeah, I think that was okay in the end, but the early nade damage, that made that all possible for that UMP, considering, I mean, those were players with AKs bearing down on him, but no, they do win out. The nade also gets the kill as well. And Sexy now, well, he's not going to be sitting pretty at all. He's going to be lying down in the grave, burning. They're burning his corpse. They're desecrating it, Matt.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good indication of how Nexus are actually now in the game. And are they going to commit to the force buy? Nah, they're just going to be buying up, equaling out that economy. They're going to have a hefty round loss bonus behind them. But what a performance from Fate here on Inferno.
Yeah, looking really good right now. And I fail to see what Nexus can do to bring this back now, man. And I mean, I do fail to see lots of things, you know, being somebody who wears glasses, but at the same time, I think I got a fairly good feeling for Counter-Strike. You know, you don't always have to see what's going on. You got to feel it sometimes, and I'm sort of feeling a Fate win at the moment.
Yeah, Rainwaker's feeling himself as well. He's able to get one and keep five. That's going to bring Ma into the equation here as well. Double Magic finds a kill, and it is an absolute slaughter on the A-bomb sites. Nexus smoothies all around.
Yep, I do feel like something you said there could fit within tweets without context, that particular subreddit, but...
What was that?
I'll tell you later.
Okay, cool. Alrighty, well, gonna be upping the age limit to 13 on the stream shortly. Don't want any underages picking up on my my little phrases. Well, let's see what Nexus can actually get done. It looks like Fate want to shut this down. Super aggressive, yeah. Double Magic actually robs Rainwaker of the frag, but he's still capable of finding one. BTN at least does trade that out, but they've incurred so much losses already, so many losses, that I still don't think Nexus stand much of a chance here. Look at how aggressive and how forward the angles are that Fates are taking. They are oozing confidence.
He's got to go down now, surely.
No. Oh, okay, well, not to the grenade, but BTN does find the angle with the AK-47 nonetheless. And as the dust settles, it's a 2 versus 3 here for Nexus to try and keep themselves in the game.
Trying to get in, yeah. Duplicate held at bay, courtesy of that smoke. But you can see Nexus very worried at the moment about actually crossing, because they do know they're very, very conscious of the fact that they're down a player, which does leave them quite vulnerable at the moment. The bomb will go down. There's a flank as well. Yeah.
In fact, Fate just needed to buy time for that flanker to come through. BT, and he gets a little bit aggressive. He finds a kill. So he's actually been able to get into though, and BT and now the only man remaining. Nice quick reactions from him means he does get double magic. He's down to a very doable one. But he's actually going to lose it out at the last second. Ma landing that fatal shot. He just needs to land his jump now, and he's going to be able to get the defuse. Fate get themselves to map point.
Yep, that was almost Nexus's last chance, and they nearly made it work. But early parts of that round, you could just see the frustration out of Nexus, taking one up, peaks, sort of bowing to the aggression out of Fate, rather than doing what they would usually do, which would be throwing it back. And yeah, Nexus certainly not looking their old selves at the moment. The Season 7 champions taking pain at the hands of New Boys Fate.
Yeah, that's a great way of putting it, Mike. They certainly are dealing the damage. Bulgarians. What do Nexus have in the tank? Of course, this is do or die in the extreme right now. Should they lose the round, Fate win the map.
Oh!
Yeah, Rainwaker didn't have much time to figure out what was going on there.
Yeah, Cosmine's been extremely inconsistent. Right now he's delivering, and we've seen rounds like this out of him, but then other times he barely does anything. Double Magic's been doing lots all map, and he does it yet again. They've got control of the site.
Yeah, fortunately for Nexus, Sexy regains that advantage by finding a kill there. And surely the Nexus have done enough to win a round. I mean, if Fate somehow are able to come back from this, that would be devastating for the Romanians. I'm sure Fates are going to be committing to the retake here. They've got so much money left to work with in the reserves. Caliber going to opt for the rifle as opposed to the... Oh, excuse me, that's Double Magic. Opting for the AUG instead of the AWP. Both of the players going to work together here to commit to the retake section.
No.
Great timing there. He's going to be able to snap them both up. And Nexus actually finally winning around on their T side.
That's the kind of style you'd usually want to see out of Nexus, the aggression. But it's born off the back of Cosmin making a great individual play. He's had some moments actually in this game, but in that first half, he had a couple of times on that A site where he was getting multi-frags, and then they just didn't win the round anyway. So, yeah, it's almost, you'd look at it and go, well, they usually have some big performances out of the individuals, usually expecting Zello to be popping heads off, and he's had some nice moments, but none of them have been able to sustain it so far.
Yeah. Well said, Mike.
The nades.
Yeah, great utility usage coming out of Fate once again here. And they're so adamant on contesting Banana. They're going to be able to find the first pick it takes down. And then Caliber actually gets sexy as but this man deals in multi-kills. He picks up a double on the opposite side of the map. And now it's all on Rainwaker. He gets the dink on one. He gets the second as well. Single-handedly locks down the A-bomb site. And now it all falls onto Zello in the 1v3.
And he doesn't have the bomb
either. Responsibility on the shoulders. He doesn't have the bomb. He's got time to work with this least, but he's just trying to find a free kill here. There's nobody anywhere near him right now. Oh man, this is just not a position I expected to see Nexus in. I mean, we talk about how Inferno is a very important map for every single team to play, and it just doesn't look like they've got much to work with at the moment. They've been outright dominated.
Yeah, they really have. Zello now in a situation as well where he's not sure how close they might be to him. They could have flanked him as well, so he's going to waste additional time trying to clear the angles. He might still get the free bomb plants on B, but again, he's not sure that there isn't anybody there.
Yeah, I like the way that Fates are playing this, though. They're committing to A. They're sticking together with all three players. Now they hear that utility being used at the B bomb site. Zello's still trying to clear all these angles. So that just allows so much time for these CT players to rotate across. Finally, the bomb's going to go down, but you just feel like this is mission impossible right now for Zello. But we have seen this man do some incredible things. Let's see if he's going to be able to do it right here, right now. Does find one, but that's all it's going to be. Fate winning the map 16-6.
Hard off, Matt. They just got wrecked in this one, unfortunately for them. We do know Fate's record so far on Train hasn't been good, and that is the map pick in Nexus. Should be a lot more competitive, shall we say. Can Fate actually keep up the effort? Can Nexus come back? We'll see in just a few minutes. In fact, quite a few minutes, because I think we've ended early again, have we? 10 minutes?
Yeah, we'll have a...
Right, and it's made very difficult for the T side. Of course, it was already difficult to start with, but not difficult for Duplicate to get to there.
Rainwaker, he's going to be able to chime in with one that keeps the numbers in his team's favor. Up to Cosmin and Zello now, the two heavy hitters. They're going to have to get a lot of work done here for their team. Zello gets a good opportunity there, and he does snap it up as well, but he's lost his support. Now he's all by himself. Does he have what it takes? No, he does not. Fate, they're going to be able to pick up the first round. Mike, I think Nexus needed that first round to just change the way things had been going and stop the rot, but they weren't able to pick it up. I don't know. Is it ominous signs here? I know it's very early on, but I'm not sure if this is a lot for Nexus to handle.
I think it is ominous, actually, because what we did see in Season 8, despite them dominating Season 7 in the way that they did, when they were faced with Wendigo and B Pro in Season 8, they did tend to tilt at times, and you could see it in their play, and well, now they're just getting styled on, Fate getting super aggressive. Still, we got to mention again that Fate's record on this map in the championship isn't exactly great. They got absolutely destroyed by Blue Jays in the first match night of SEC Season 9, so...
Having said that, though, they did start on the T side, and when they went over to the CT side, they actually won about 7 or 8 rounds when they only had 2 to work with. So I mean, they looked really good on their CT side, and maybe they've been able to brush up on that T side and try and bridge some of those gaps that they had. So I'm looking forward to see if Fate has made some progress on that front. Now we have the first buy round to work with. It looks like Nexus want to get things going very quickly here, already bursting out into this A bomb site. They've also got 2 players getting aggressive up Ivy. Duplicate, though, is the player to find the first frag in the round. I'm not sure if they're aware that there is actually Sexy who's pushed into that bomb site. Rainwaker playing on the edge of the smokes, good for 1. He does a decent amount of damage to Zello as well. Finally, Sexy pounces. Duplicate still using the E-box here as cover. Eventually, he's going to go down to Sexy. And a 2 versus 2 is the result.
You feel like that flank might potentially be the undoing here. Sexy does seem to be aware that somebody could be coming from that angle, so it's all going to depend on timing. How patient is he going to be? There's a lot of time on the board. And he's still standing here waiting. He misses out on the first opportunity, but on the second bite he gets it, and that could actually be the round. Surely they're going to expect where Caliber is.
Yeah, potentially. The only problem is that Caliber's got the bomb in his sights right now. 48 seconds left on the clock as well. Zello still has a flashbang. So now that exchange that gunfire with Sexy, they definitely know where he is. Can he find a quick frag here and turn it into a 1v1 though? Somehow he bought the gun barrel and Sexy's actually going to round with a quad kill. Very important round for Nexus.
Yeah, great out of him, and we have seen Sexy be slow to start in some of these matches so far, so to see him there with the quad kill, doing so much work for his team is an encouraging sign for them. Samantha and BTN still yet to frag, but it's still early days in the map. They've got the opportunity now. Fate, they have the buy, but it's not the greatest.
Yeah, it's enough. This is a good opportunity for Nexus to level up the though. I believe that they did play a couple best of ones before this, which they lost best headspace heading into this game, and after what happened on Inferno, that definitely didn't help them. Now, again, they're going to be just going for that contact teamwork play, pushing into the B bomb site this time. They find the first frag, do Fate, but it's Nexus who actually pick up the heavy advantage there on the back of Sexy's double. And a nice little tap there from BTN means they have a massive advantage. Oh, I thought he might be able to get Mar as well. Mar probably actually just going to try and save considering the situation.
Samantha very intent on getting that AUG. Almost thought maybe he would be denied just by the physics of the game, but turns out we don't have to go with the Valve please fix. It does work. So something I want to use now and get out the way is Sexy So Hot right now.
You're one and done. Are you sure you want to use it now, Mike? I mean,
I already said it.
In the map. All right, yeah, fair enough. Gotta plan these things better, Mike.
Yeah, had to hold on to it, but the thing is, I don't know if he's going to keep fragging at this level, man.
Good point, Mike. Good point. Yeah, he has looked very set here in this game, but can he keep up this level of play? Fate, they're going to be on an eco round. We're starting to see the cracks on train. Very early days, but Nexus have found success when they've just grouped up as a unit and pushed into a bomb site, relying on their teamwork. What that means is not good news for Fate, because they haven't really been using anything fancy. Have Nexus Sexy feeling himself as ever right now. I thought he got the third there as well. Zello chiming in with a double of his own. He says, hey man, save some for me. I also need to up my stats here.
Gotta pad your stats in the eco rounds. That's how you get global elite. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, this is true, Mike. Gotta have the numbers on HLTV, right? Although these games aren't on HLTV.
True that. The playoffs will be though, so do look out for that when we get to that stage. It's very important though in matchmaking. Always pad your stats. Always end the game with 30 kills that didn't mean anything. It makes you look great.
When people go back and look at your match history and they see how many, they're really going to hold you in high regard.
They probably would actually, but
yeah, this is true.
Hey, I'm called the fisherman for good reason, man. Bait your teammates, get all the kills. That's the way it works.
Well, Caliber tried something sneaky there. Unfortunately, there was nothing on offer. Nexus pulled themselves ahead by 1, and they're going to have another buy round to contend with. Now, what have Fate got? A very important round here as well. Even though it's early days, it's going to be a pretty good indication as to what we've got in store for the rest of the half, as to whether Fate are going to be able to mount a defense here or not.
Double magic on that glass cannon orb. He's probably going to receive some visitors.
Look at this aggression from Nexus. Again, just pushing straight out into the A bomb side. Rainwaker, he's able to... Ivy, Duplicate's got a main. And Nexus, I'm not sure if they have somewhere to be. But they may want to consider slowing things down somewhat.
Zillow now man alone. He's going to need to find some crazy headshots to ace it here and actually take the round on 38 HP. Doesn't seem likely, especially not with Rainwaker in the form that he's showing in this particular round. Triple kill for him. Beautiful spray transfer as well there.
Yeah. Great stuff. Good reply there from Fate as well, making sure that Nexus don't gain any significant momentum. From their perspective as well, they start to string something together. Hopefully they can get some consecutive rounds on the board. Of course, we saw them on their T side a couple of weeks back, and it was not pretty. So they certainly are going to be relying on a strong CT half here to be competitive heading into the rest of the game.
Almost felt like Caliber was going to go through that fire, but he decides to think better of it. Duplicate getting very racy here.
Yeah, he was putting himself in harm's way. Cemente, oh man, he was looking for a timing play that catch somebody off guard, but he does get taken down by Double Magic's AWP, and I don't think Cemente's actually got a kill yet, so that may be playing on his mind somewhat.
Yeah, you'll often find players will tend to try to make something happen when they're struggling a little bit, and Cemente there does try his best and gets swatted down. Not a great angle to peek, actually, if you don't have an AWP. Zello somehow catching him off guard. I don't know what Rainwaker was doing.
Yeah, Rainwaker needs to be more aware of his positioning right there. Zello, though, fortunately for Fate, isn't going to be able to affect the round any longer, as he does get taken down by Duplicate. Sexy's been able to lurk through Ivy, but of course he's had to use a smoke, which is going to give the jig up. Fate completely aware that he may be pushing around through towards CT. Can he catch Duplicate off guard? No. Duplicate ready and waiting. He's going to snap up that kill, meaning BTN is all by his lonesome. 1 versus 4. 30 seconds left on the clock. He's going to have to go through a main here. Try and get something done.
Going to be a tough one for the in-game leader from Nexus here. He's quite an individually skilled player for an in-game leader. But he would have to pull off some crazy heroics to make this work. Duplicate actually in a pretty good space to stop this. And he does. Quad kill.
I thought the timing might have worked out there for BTN, but he was spotted and closed out by Duplicate. Yeah, quad for him in the round. As you said, he's up to 9 kills. Cemente, he's still on 0. 9 for Sexy. So quite a large disparity between the players in the game at the moment. Some heavy hitters and some blunt knives.
Some butter knives.
Some butter knives. Yeah, that's the one. Nexus, they are an eco round, so they're buyers and the equivalent of a butter knife right now. Cemente, oh, he times the peak nicely there. Does take some damage, but dishes some as well. Of course, we can't expect all that much from Nexus in this round. Zello's got a scout though. Oh, he was looking for that quick little drive-by shot, but fortunately Duplicate was up to the challenge.
I think Duplicate's aggression outside has actually been quite nice to see. It's been working for him so far. If Nexus do cotton on to it, though, they could potentially shut him down. But overall, some very nice play out of Duplicate in the last few rounds.
Yeah, exactly. Cemente going to retrieve that scout, see if he can put it to good use. Just trying to cast my mind back to when we saw Nexus on this map previously.
Yes, he got a kill.
Good stuff from him. The investment in the scout was not all lost.
But it was again Rainwaker is just looking in an odd direction and being open from other angles.
Yeah, maybe he's a bit tired or something, because you just need to have that spatial awareness.
Did he just dink him?
I'm not sure, but he's still going to go down regardless. Fate get themselves their 5th round on the idea. I think Fate need at least 11, Mike. I think anything less than that's going to be insufficient.
Yeah, I agree. This is Nexus's map pick. We again are not confident in Fate's T side, so Fate need to get what they can get on CT and try to just pile on as many rounds as possible so that they, when they do move over to T, that they do have some room to breathe.
Yeah. Got a quick pause here, tactical pause from Nexus. Just going to be discussing the tactic heading into this next round. BTN and Cemente as well as Cosmic. I mean, averaging around that 27 ADR mark is just not enough. especially after 8 rounds. I mean, I can understand if it's early on in the half, but they've already passed that halfway mark of the first half, and they need those guys to start landing their shots.
Yeah, certainly do. We did see some great moments out of Cosmin on Inferno, even though the result wasn't great for the team. So they'll be looking to him to do some more of that, the new addition to the lineup. Oh, this is aggressive out of Double Magic, and he's going to get away with it as well.
Yeah,
get out of here, though?
Fortunately for Fate, surely there's no way he makes it out alive. Zello, he weapon switched before he shot there. Cemente, though, does hunt him down, tracking him, and punishes Double Magic. I think Double Magic actually should have dropped down there as soon as he got onto the platform. Anyway, at least for Nexus, it is a trade frag. Numbers are even right now.
Yeah, crucial trade for them again. They're still searching for some confidence after the battering they took on Inferno, so don't want to see their heads drop if they're in difficult situations. They need to win some of these rounds cleanly, start to build a little bit of momentum. And it's crazy to say that because we know how good they can be. What can they do here, though? Duplicate, he's been great so far.
Oh, great teamwork from Caliber as well. He's been locking it down. Beautiful stuff between the two of them. Single-handedly shut Nexus out from that B-bomb side. And that's certainly going to be affecting Nexus psychologically when they decide to head to that part of the map again later on.
Yeah, that setup really dealing with them very well. And Duplicate's been a terror outside as well as now on the inside bomb side as well. Him and Caliber combining. And it's interesting to see Caliber here playing a close position because we also know he can AWP really well.
Yeah, this is true. I wonder if we're going to be seeing the double AWP coming through soon.
Again?
Oh, again! I mean,
Rainwaker, do you think maybe he's just not used to playing Ivy, possibly?
It seems like it because he keeps on getting caught off guard time and time again. And this is the round that Fate absolutely needed. They don't get these easy opportunities against a team like Nexus. And I mean, I use easy as a relative term.
Yeah, nothing's easy against these guys. But oof, Cemente there takes a few bites that it does get it in the end. Oh,
finally, some frags coming through for Fate. Can they actually get another one here? Mark doubles up, locking down Ivy. And those were some very important frags from Fate's perspective.
Yeah, it looked like Nexus might actually be able to do it, but yeah. Cemente, he's still lurking around. Yeah, he's got the deagle. And if he finds the right timing... Oh, not gonna, in fact, unfortunately get stabbed in the back by that treacherous Duplicate.
Yep. Always having an impact on the round, it seems. Cosmin going to try and have an impact round now. He's got a full flank coming through. There's Magic anticipates this. So at least that's a free kill, but now his position is known. Cosmin going to run straight past Marp. So he's actually going to close out the round with a triple kill. And salvages the AWP as well. So after Fate lose the first 2 picks in the round, they are still able to draw it back and actually go on and win the round. 7-3 is the name of the game, and Nexus are going to have to get something going their way sometime soon.
Yeah, for Nexus, it's not all bad at the moment. Again, CT is really strong on this map, so they get a couple more, they'd probably feel relatively okay. I think you'd agree with me, though, that from a psychological point of view, they probably need more just because they've been in this unfamiliar position where this team they don't really know is wrecking them.
Yeah, 100% agree with you, Mike.
Oh, looks like all that nade damage.
Yeah, I know. That was towards Ivy. Rainwaker, well, he may be struggling with his spatial awareness, but he's not struggling with his utility placement.
Certainly not. He's waiting for them now. He got a strong inkling there, yeah, and definitely that nade that's just been thrown will probably tell him a thing or two. Decides to back out, and probably I can see his point of view on that, considering the amount of times that he's died in Ivy.
Not a bad decision to be making. I'm not the biggest fan of Nexus being so passive now on their T side. I mean, the only 3 rounds that they've won so far have been born off of natural aggression, which that they just, you know, is so natural for them to just be an aggressive team and rely on the trade frags and just work together. Now they're trying to break it down and focus more on executes, and it's just not working out for them. Again, they're going to be shut down as they come through Ivy. Finally, there is some favorable trades there as they get their way through that part of the map. Quick frag there from Zello means he takes down Double Magic. The timing goes against him. My goodness, I can't believe it. And Zello's going to find Caliber. Finally, Nexus showing some signs of what we know they're capable of.
Well, there is life in the old dog yet, it would seem, but as you were saying there, you just kind of screaming out for them to do something that's more within the line of what Nexus like to do, which is aggression. Zelo there pushes out on his own when the round almost feels lost and he gets 3 kills.
Yeah.
That's what that man can do, but you got to put him in the position to do that.
Exactly, Mike. He's a very intuitive based player. And when you start going against that, it really does change the complexity of the game.
Oh,
wow.
Sexy there, catching it in his front pocket.
Yeah. 44 points of damage to kick off the round. So, this is actually a pretty good situation that Nexus have now found themselves in off the back of that round win. If they can win another one here, they reset Fate's economy and they actually start to pull this off into a really good place.
A lot of A control here for Fate, though. They should have a fair bit of information because of this.
Yeah, they've got that man pushed up all the way into A main. He's also playing anti-flash. Duplicate is going to be the one trying to cover him and take the points of contact. It's Zelo who is that points of contact. Duplicate's going to be backing off here soon, but Cosmine, he disrupts it with a good frag there. Somehow Duplicate's been able to take down BTN, but Cosmine being influential as ever. Semente, he's been able to lurk through Pop Dog. He's only going to be good for one though. Zelo, again, is the man with the AWP to keep his team in the round. Now it's on Caliber in a 1v2. Both of these players going to be coming from the same place. He does get the wraparound. He gets the shots off. He does a huge amount of damage to both of the players, but he does get taken down. Nexus find their 5th, and they get Fate onto an eco round. Things are starting to look up for the Romanian side.
Yeah, certainly better. 5 was already, in my estimation, on train enough with the way the map is currently, so definitely better for them. But again, we'd expect to see more, and we should see more in this round unless they fail to deal with the eco. Yeah.
I'd be very surprised if this was a round Fate were able to pick up. Duplicate, he's going to try and get something done here with the Desert Eagle. Zelo ready and waiting. He's going to shut him down. And Zelo having a very big impact with this AWP on the T side, which is just not something that happens all that often. Quite a difficult half to make things happen with the AWP. But this man, well, he's well known for making things happen. Doesn't matter what the situation is. Oh, double magic. You can't be very effective from that position. And maybe he's just the bait for a bigger picture, but it doesn't make a difference. Semente pushes in from the top, and he's going to be able to get that kill. Looks like the timing might actually go against Sexy here. Nope. He's able to find that kill. Nexus get number 6 and actually getting themselves into contention to potentially win this half as we get a quick look at the
210 utility damage on Rainwaker. That's crazy.
Yeah. Single-handedly doing massive amounts of damage, and majority of that is towards Ivy.
Yeah, it's still just crazy to consider. I mean, he's got on all these nades off and all those times that he got shot in the side of the head or the back of the head. He's still making a big impact on the game, so good work out of him. Now, fast out of Nexus, actually. We've got player all the way out in Olaf, and unfortunately, BTN is going to be caught. He was trying to be the misdirection, and unfortunately, that should give away the game now.
Yep. Caliber, though, he's in a great position here to shut this one down. Maybe Sexy will be able to save them. I'm not sure what's going on there right now. Double magic, though, is only good for... Caliber's actually not even able to find a single frag, and as he throws the grenade, Semente comes flying up the ladder, but at the end of the day, it is still a one-man advantage here for Fate.
Going to be looking for Zelo to find something. He's only got 5 HP, and if they had an aid, he would be absolutely dead, but... he's still around, and are they actually going to evacuate? Yes, they are, and all 3 players are here, and that flash should keep them here for a bit.
Oh, Nexus might actually be outthinking themselves here, though. As I say that, Fate, they are hightailing their way towards the A-bomb side, and the timing is great for them because Rainwaker's expecting them to be in the ramp, though. He is able to find Semente. That is a massive frag going the way of Fate. Had... Semente taken down Rainwaker. That was the B bomb site wide open. Now it's on Zelo once again in this 1v3. He's going to actually be able to find Rainwaker. Again, the timing working out for him there. Now he tries to find the tippy top of the head. And he's going to plunge to his death. The pressure was too much for him to handle.
Oh, wait, as I saw him jump off there, I'm thinking surely he's going to, bounce off that ramp to the side of the spool just to stay alive. But I think he was just so eager for the kill there. He forgot he was on 5 HP.
Yeah. I hate to see it, but it's always entertaining. Another buy round now to cap off the half. Nexus have more to work with than Fate do.
Did you ever play the original Deus Ex where you could break your legs and would have to sort of crawl?
No, I didn't play that.
Jump from a great height, and then you crawl, and you like get shot in the arms, then you're like, I don't know, dragging yourself along with your teeth. I'm not really sure, but it could get a little crazy. I'm glad Counter-Strike doesn't have those mechanics.
Yeah, myself included. Nexus looked like they're going to try and make it happen towards the B bomb site here once again, setting up with all 5 players ready to commence with the execute. They've got all the flashes, all the smokes, all the molotovs they could hope for. Now just biding their time. 1 minute 5 seconds is going to be the number for the execute, and that execute is going to be a powerful one. Caliber's going to get shut down again from above double magic now for them to deal with, and they have no problem whatsoever.
Wow.
Finally, a kill comes through for Fate, but I don't think it's going to make much of a difference here. It looks like Nexus are on a tear.
That was a really nice B execute. All of the utility on point. Mars still doing some work here, and he could still win this, but not if Zelo has anything to say about it. He still gets his bell rung there. So nice shot out of Mar, but unfortunately with the M4, you aren't going to get the one-shot headshot kill. So 8-7 to Fate. And considering the situation for Nexus not too long ago, that 7 is a fantastic result for them.
Yeah, we get a quick summary there. You can see in the middle of the screen, Fate were at 1.73 ahead. So for Nexus to close out with a 7-8 is not shabby whatsoever. And especially, oh, look at the coach there. I didn't realize Starkiller is the coach of Nexus. Remember Starkiller from the previous season?
Mm-hmm.
He was a part of Red Fear, if I'm not mistaken. That was with Andrix or Andron.
Yeah.
Full of other Romanian players as well. So cool to see that he's fulfilling a coaching role. He seemed to, he was a pretty good player, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he was.
Anyway, just divulging there for a second. Back to my point, and that was that Fate have not shown much promise from what we've seen from them so far on the T side of Train. Let's see if things have changed. They are getting very aggressive towards the B bomb site here early on. Doesn't look like they're going to be committing with the bomb or anything like that. It's more just faking, and it's actually done a pretty good job. They've pulled one player across into the bomb site, and they've pulled another one into connector, meaning that Nexus fairly undefended on the A bomb site. And this is actually a full fake coming through from Fate right now, and they are selling it completely. They've got 3 players committed to B, 1 in connector. That means there's only 1 on A. As I say that, though, they do draw back towards the A bomb site. It's going to be on Cosmine and Zelo to try and keep some control here, and they're doing a great job landing their one taps. He picks up a double.
Always so good with pistols. Zelo Cosmine also showing that he's got something to say about that. Rainwaker tries to get in there. Zelo on low HP gets a triple kill. I mean, Zelo was actually dinked there, I think, before he got the first kill. Okay, wait, never mind. He got the first kill, then got dinked. But
yeah, had his bell rung there when he was claiming the second. And that is bad news bears for Fate, Mike.
Yeah, indeed. Gotta say, though, with Zelo, like, it is a hallmark of most of the great AWPers, if you think about them, like Kenny S, Guardian, those sorts of guys. They would always be great with pistols.
Yeah.
And Zelo always, I mean, we see him with the P250 on T side as well. He's so crisp with the aim.
Yeah. He's got really clean aim with that USP. As you said, it seems to be a hallmark of great AWPers. Cemente, he's got a bit of a job to do now, but that Molotov was very well timed. Certainly does aid his cause. And he's going to look to close out the round here. He does exactly that, taking down Rainwaker. Fate don't even find a single kill. Of course, they were saving because they got that plant in the pistol on the back of a save in the previous round. Is going to allow them to get a full buy now. But they're going to have to find some success here, especially considering that Nexus are going to be heading into the round with a bit of a bonus.
Yeah, they're going to be hoping to head in with the bonus and not to lose it, courtesy of the weaponry that they're hanging on to. Cemente here alone, actually. That angle, of course, the little shoulder peek, it can work for you, but you can also unintentionally get clipped if you, for instance, are facing an AWP. So
yeah,
it's a risk-reward sort of scenario.
Yeah, as you spot somebody, you fall back, and a rotation usually immediately through. So that's why it's actually important as the T side to just have a bit of presence there and force that man back. Because you get so much information from that position, as you said, risk reward. Sexy. He's going to look for a bit of a flash play towards Ivy. That smoke's still up, though. These are not the best weapons to be playing around the A bomb site with, and that's why you see them taking some forward positions, trying to close down the distance.
A lot of nades coming out of Nexus now. There's still quite a lot of time left on there, and I don't really feel like it's a ton of pressure from Fate that are forcing those nades out. Nexus may be feeling just a little bit antsy.
Yeah, seems that way. We're going to have the double drop. Works out perfectly. They take down Cosme, and that's one of the rifles. Just a couple of SMGs and a FAMAS to contend with. In the A main is going to be able to find one. Zello, he comes good with one as well. But still, Fate needs to try and find BTN here. Duplicate, he's getting all the work done here single-handedly. He's picked up a triple in the round. Mars going to shut down Cemente on the rotate. And what a great round there out of Fate.
Yeah, very well worked and much better than what we saw out of Fate just a couple weeks ago. It's quite a different, in fact.
Look at the kills, Mike. Duplicate's on 24. Caliber's on 5.
Unbelievable. Duplicate has been so good, though, eh?
Yeah, he's been incredibly impressive so far in this series. And, I mean, the question has to be asked, where would Fate be right now if Caliber was landing his shots a bit more? Well, Zello, when he's landing shots like that, there's not much more than you can do than just sit back and admire.
Yeah, still going for more aggression, and they're going to be helping him out, serving him up some more kills on a platter.
I said it, Mike. This man is a demon on train, and he's certainly living up to these expectations that I've put forward.
Well, Cemente getting some freebies as well there.
This was not the round that Fate needed on the back of a really impressive round win for this.
No,
I haven't even found a single kill yet. I mean, look at the economy on Nexus. If Fate were able to win this round, it would put them in such a good position heading into the rest of the map.
There's some free guns as well. They'll be able to upgrade it on at least one player. Unfortunately, well, Sexy's just a bit too far away. Sorry, mate. You don't get a free gun. You're going to have to stay on the FAMAS. Stay in the poverty mindset.
Yeah, not too bad, though, considering that Fate are going to be on... So it shouldn't be impacting it that much. Sexy's on 11 kills, Mike. Didn't he have 9 after, like, the first 3 rounds?
Yeah, he was super good at the start of that first half, but we've barely seen him since then.
Yeah, you were on the money then, using your he's looking hot, and you said you're not sure if he's going to be fragging like game.
Yeah, well, that's again, typically we haven't seen him be that consistent. I mean,
yeah.
You've said it, you thought IM was maybe the better player previously in the previous season of ACC, so...
But then again, it does boil down to a lot more than just individual skill.
Oh yeah, how does he gel within the team?
Exactly, it's all about the synergy.
Does this dad own a KFC? I don't know, you know. All
that certainly would help his cause.
Yeah, I'd definitely be in a team with that guy. Just saying.
Well, I've actually got a bit of a bad memories with that because I used to play in the first team for cricket, and then one day I got picked, or another guy got picked over me because his dad took the coach to get KFC. Anyway, Zello, he takes off Caliber's head, courtesy of absolutely nothing. Cemente, he's trying to lock down the B-bomb site right now, and he's having no trouble doing that.
Duplicate going to hope to do a bit more damage, and unfortunately not able to duplicate his efforts from just a couple rounds ago, so he'll go down there. We'll just get that again.
Was that just
dirty
a spam?
hacker?
He didn't see anything there, did he?
No, it was a spam position. I've seen a few players do that, so...
Yeah, really nice, actually.
Yeah, I think if it happens to you on an eco, you're not too upset. If it happens to you on a buy round when you know, a pack horse for nades and you got a rifle, I think you'll be feeling pretty bad about it.
Yeah, then you're fuming at that point. BTN with the well-placed molly is actually going to force Rainwaker out.
That nade.
Yeah, I don't think the nade came... Oh, there the nade is. Does a massive amount of damage. But the frags are actually going the way of Fate right now. Even though Nexus are doing damage, there's nothing lethal as of yet. BTN, he's going to be the first man to actually find a kill for his team. Very important kill as well.
Yeah, they needed to bring that one back. Zello way too aggressive there in Ivy, hey? No support from any teammates, and he decides to go with the full wide peak and ends up flash there. So you can be as good as you want to be, and he is really good. But just not possible. And there's a kill for Duplicate as well. Surely it's save time now for these Nexus players.
Yeah, the utility usage was just off the mark there from Nexus. A couple seconds too late. And that means that Fate were able to get ahead of it, get into the bomb site and find those kills. As you said, it's certainly going to be a save situation now for the remaining Nexus players. Sexy's at least been able to pick up the AWP. So they are going to be taking that into the next round, as well as BTN's AK, bar any post-round frags going down. Doesn't look like Fate are going to be committing to anything here. Of course, they don't have much economy to right now. They're just going to be trying to build up those numbers.
Yeah, if Ma does decide to peek down there, it'll be pretty suicidal against an AWP. So, yeah, probably not going to do it. As you say, they don't really have the money to attempt that. And for Nexus, keeping the 2 weapons, they're not the worst result.
Yeah,
So,
they're going to have enough to buy with a couple of the players that do have some substantial money. So they're going to have a full buy here regardless. But a nice round win there from Fate, not allowing Nexus much momentum or not really allowing them to pull away here.
yeah, so 10-11 within 1. And I think Fate in a much better position than we may have expected considering what we last saw out of them on this particular map. So they're doing pretty well right now to stay in it. For Nexus, it is their map pick. We do expect them to be good over here, but it's not been all going all their own way at all.
No, certainly has not been. Looks like Fates are going to go for a pretty aggressive play here towards the A bomb side. 3 players through A main, 2 wrapping. Ivy is quite interesting, fairly unconventional. It's going to be Ma to open up the account. Takes down Sexy. Duplicate gets Cosmine. Finally, a kill comes through, but that's all it's going to be. Fate, they are the controllers of the A bomb side right now. All that's left for them to deal with is Zello. And Zello is such a prolific force. He's so difficult to try and contend with. He picks himself up too. I'm not sure how he got to. I don't know if that was a collateral or what went on there, but
2 really quick shots.
Must have been 2 really quick shots. 1 versus 2 here for Cementi. He's actually been able to work his way into a very strong position. I don't think there's any way that Fate expect this, but they're going to the B bomb site. Man, that couldn't be more unfortunate for Cementi, who's actually on 18 kills, Mike. He did take about 5-6 rounds to get on the board, so ever since then, he hasn't been slowing down.
Yeah, certainly been doing some good work. Looks like he'll now realize as soon as this bomb plant comes in and potentially come in behind them. So they're going to be aware of that. They've got 1 player towards the top there. That's Duplicate. And Duplicate has been ridiculously good tonight. Let's see what he can do here.
Yeah, he's got a perfect angle to deal with this as well. Steps out, destroys Cemente. Nexus, and they lose the round. Fate level it up to 11-11. And they actually have a chance to pull ahead here, considering that Nexus are going to be saving. And we are going to actually have a tactical pause. Fate's going to try and figure out exactly what they're going up against in this round and how they want to go about dealing with it.
Yeah, it's important for them to not get ahead of themselves, to not throw it away at this point, because again, the record on this map of what we've seen hasn't been good. So the situation they're in is probably not a familiar one. We're on T side and we're potentially going to move into the lead now. So it's one that they're going to want to keep a tight control on. And if you look at that scoreboard, Duplicate, he is doing amazingly. Caliber, who was the hero of the first map, he's nowhere.
Yeah, big problem for Fate. They really need him to start hitting his shots. What's funny is that he's got 52 ADR, which is not much less than Rainwaker or Double Magic. So at least he's doing some damage. He may not be closing out the kills, but he's still chipping in here or there. Gonna need to find these frags though if they are gonna want to stand a chance of closing out this map. The prospect of a 2-0 win here for Fate is something that they are certainly going to be focused on, but may not have expected at the start of the series.
Oops, there's more with that.
Yeah, and that actually messes the strat up somewhat because he is the one guy faking towards this A bomb site. 4 players towards B here for Fate. Again, another missed piece of utility. Not sure what's happening there. They're not going to slow down here. Double Magic leading the charge as well as Duplicate. He finds 2 kills. Mar finds Cosmine. Of course, this is an eco round, but the fact that Fates are dealing with it so efficiently is a very good sign.
Yeah, nice work out of them. A couple missed bits of utility, but it's not really going to cost them very much in any case. Zillow there doesn't
running away from the grenade. Yeah, he managed to get away just in time.
Yeah, I think Fate looking a lot more composed than what we're used to on this map. So I think for them, they'll be pretty happy with their output. But I think if they were to actually take it across the line, yeah, they would be ecstatic. I don't imagine that they would have expected to actually be in this position against Nexus on train.
Yeah. So, I mean, as it stands right now, it's Duplicates against Zello, right?
It does seem that way, doesn't it?
31 kills for Duplicate, 27 for Zello. Nobody else has hit 20 yet, Mike. The next highest is 18 on the server.
Yeah, that is a rather nutty one. The statistics don't lie. It's telling us these 2 players are doing great work. Mark coming in, and he catches BTN.
This is a buy round. He's been able to find one. Surely he can't get another. He takes down Cosmine as well. Handedly, he tears open the A bomb side, but it's a Rue. Fate are going towards the B bomb side. Fortunately for Nexus, they've actually got Zello there. He's able to get one. Sexy finds Mar as well. All of a sudden, this has turned into a winnable situation here for Nexus, albeit they do have a one-man disadvantage. It's a lot better than what they had before, and a beautiful flashbang is going to completely blind up Zello. If Caliber needed to find any frags, that was the one.
Now Zello trying his best to catch them off guard there, but I think he needed to probably wait for his teammate. Sexy doing his best, 12 HP here, and it's not going to be enough to hang on to the round. 13 to 11. The fast strat there works out beautifully. Mar just barreling out of main there, taking the contact and taking off 2 heads.
Catching Nexus completely off guard. They weren't at all prepared for that aggressive play.
I like that out of them to just change the pace a little bit, because they've been very deliberate so far. You were commenting on it just a couple rounds ago, and there they just slam the throttle to the floor, and it seems to work out pretty well for them.
Oh, great work there by Rainwaker. He's going to double up and find both of the players. BTN going to try and make something happen, but no success for him. And Fate have been very efficient in dealing with these eco rounds from Nexus. And on the opposite side, Nexus have looked very poor in their eco rounds, and I know they're tough, but they haven't really mounted much of a resistance whatsoever. I'd like to see them trying some more things out of the box. Maybe stacking a bomb site, trying to stack into Pop Dog, pushing Ivy, pushing A main. Not just really... I suppose they did try a push towards the B bomb site, but it was a very individual push.
Yeah, Zello was definitely a few lengths in front of his teammates, so no possibility for a trade or anything like that.
Exactly. So, Fate, they're going to be getting to 14 here, Mike. That means next round, it's going to be a buy round. If they win that buy round, they probably win the map along with that as well.
Yeah, that's a big one, Matt. I'm actually a little bit at a loss here, man. I didn't expect this at all, and I don't think either Fate or Nexus did either.
Cosmine's going to die as well, so that's the upgraded pistol. Oh, did you see actually a nade went into Pop there? And the round ended before it got to explode. Yeah, and Sexy would have died 100%. Anyway, all it was a 5-7 that he had to his name, so it doesn't really change things all that much. Nexus are going to invest every last penny into the round. Zella's got the AWP. They've got all their utility they need. They've got some kits as well. So there's no reason that Nexus shouldn't be winning the round, but let's see what happens.
Oh.
Again, another player all by themselves here for Nexus, trying to make something happen individually, losing his life and completely opening up one part of the map. And look at how it changes the setup now for Nexus. Cosmine is forced to get aggressive here, try and close the gap. That also has left BTN in a tough position. Now he needs to start considering the Ivy push as well. At least for Nexus, they've gotten some information from... is that Zello very aggressive with the orb towards heaven? Yes, it is. So he's got the angle there at the B bomb site. Tons of info to work with on the back of that.
Yeah, they're going to hope that if anybody comes his way, he maybe gets a kill just to equalize the numbers. But still, for Nexus, they're in a position where, while they have a lot of information, they don't necessarily have the bodies to deal with the information. Cementing are looking for a little bit more, and he really didn't need to do that. Yeah,
what was he thinking? I don't understand the logic behind that push whatsoever. BTN and Cosmine find a couple of frags between them. Oh man, BTN, the timing is going to be against him there. And it's now all on Zello's shoulders in a 1 versus 3. I've seen this guy do a lot, but this is really asking... I think too much from any one individual. He's going to go down to Duplicate, who has been having no trouble finding kills so far in this map. He's up to 34 in 26 rounds.
Madness.
That's insane. Look at his ADR, 113. In an official game, that's madness.
Yeah, this is a huge individual performance out of Duplicate. He's really looking good, and we've seen great individual moments out of him so far, throughout the championship this season and last, but right now, this is probably the best performance I've seen out of him, and he's been dominant again on a map that they're not really known for. So,
yeah, not only not really known for, the only map that I've seen them be destroyed on. Ma finds the first frag onto BTN. This is the 15th round that Fate are currently... They have 15 rounds, meaning if they win this one, they win the map.
Yeah, Nexus, I think, just super frustrated right now. Again, as you were saying, trying things individually, not working as a team, and Fate have been almost entirely the opposite. They are playing off each other nicely, using flashes. You've seen their utility damage at half-time was looking really good. Maya should have the jump on Cosmine as well. Again, another individual play.
Yeah, it's completely indication. It's a complete indication of the way that Nexus are feeling right now, and what their mental state is. Zelo, he's only got a scout this time, so not even the big green gun, unfortunately. And he's in a pretty awkward position with the weapon as well. I mean, if anything, he's going to be good for one, but not even as he gets taken down. Fates have barely had to move a muscle this round, Mike, and they've already gotten themselves 3 kills.
Yep, it's pretty much all but done and dusted at this point. I'd say there's not really much that these players can do, considering they've got a single smoke on them. They've got a kit, so some possibility there. There's Cemente with an early opener. Maybe I was wrong. There's the flank coming in and it gets shut down.
How does Sexy not get that kill? That is astounding, and it is actually going to be Caliber to round out the map. What an insane map at that. Duplicate with 34 kills. Can you believe it, Mike?